What if I told you getting a six-pack is easier than you thought? And in this video, I'm going to explain the top 7 ab exercises that you need to do and exactly the science behind them. And it starts with crunches. Most people start here, and for good reason. The crunch isolates the rectus abdominis, which is the long vertical muscle running down the front of your stomach. When done correctly, with your lower back staying grounded and your core doing the actual lifting rather than your neck, crunches create a strong muscular contraction right where it counts. Research has consistently shown that crunches produce high activation in the upper portion of the rectus abdominis. They are not glamorous, but the muscle tension they generate is real and repeatable. Leg raises. While crunches work the upper portion of the abs, the lower section is harder to reach, and this is where leg raises come in. Lying flat on your back and lifting both legs toward the ceiling forces the lower abs to contract in order to stabilize and move the pelvis. Many people mistakenly let their lower back arch away from the floor during this movement, which shifts the work onto the hip flexors, and keeping the back pressed down throughout the full range of motion ensures the abs are actually doing the job. The plank. Unlike most ab exercises, the plank asks your core to resist the movement rather than produce it. That distinction matters more than it sounds. Holding your body in a straight line from head to heel while your spine fights the urge to sag or rise activates the deep stabilizing muscles, particularly the transverse abdominis, which sits underneath the more visible ab muscles. This deep layer acts almost like a natural weight belt, and building it contributes to both posture and the structural foundation that makes a visible six-pack possible. Cable crunches. At a certain point, bodyweight alone stops being enough of a challenge. The abs, like any other muscle, need progressive overload to keep growing. Cable crunches allow you to add resistance in a way that bodyweight movements simply cannot match. Kneeling in front of a cable machine and pulling the weight down by contracting through the abs, rather than just bending at the hips. It keeps the tension directly on the rectus abdominis throughout the entire movement. Studies comparing different ab exercises have placed cable crunches among the highest in terms of muscle activation. Hanging knee raises. Hanging from a bar and drawing the knees toward the chest removes the floor from the equation entirely. Without a surface to brace against, the core has to work harder to control the movement in all directions. This exercise challenges both the lower abs and the hip flexors simultaneously, and as strength builds, the knees can be straightened into a full hanging leg raise for a significantly greater demand. The grip and shoulder stability required also make it a more complete upper body effort than it initially appears. Ab wheel rollouts. Few exercises expose core weakness as quickly or as honestly as this one. Rolling forward from a kneeling position with the wheel stretching out in front of you places the abs under a long, demanding eccentric load, meaning they are working hard while being lengthened. The further the rollout, the greater the challenge. Research has shown this movement produces extremely high levels of muscle activation across the entire core, and the full extension position is something almost no other exercise can replicate. It requires patience to build up to safely, but the payoff in core strength and thickness is significant. Dead bug. The name is unusual, but the exercise is one of the most intelligent core movements available. Lying on your back with arms pointing toward the ceiling and knees bent at 90 degrees, you slowly lower your opposite arm and leg toward the floor while keeping the lower back completely flat. The challenge is not the movement itself, but the control required to stop the spine from moving as the limbs extend. This is anti-rotation and anti-extension training working at the same time, and it directly builds the kind of deep, functional core strength that supports every other ab exercise on this list. If you need to go back to one of these exercises and want to learn how to do it, just go back and pause the video there. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe down below, as I'll be posting a lot more videos like this soon. Also, comment down below what you think of this style of video.